Let's do this. Is it hola? You say hola.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Time to get your groove on, y'all. We back, baby. Yeah. Time to relax, time to let it go, time to get your groove on, y'all. It's time to move, time to groove. Big O's Top 20 Countdown. It's time to groove, time to move, time to let the beat help you soothe. It's time to jam, time to pam. It's time to slam on Big O's Top 20 Show. Yeah, yeah. Big O's Top 20 Show. Yeah, y'all. Welcome. Hola. This is another edition of Big O's Top 20 Countdown, baby. This week we're counting down the top 20 Latino charts, and we got my guest Daniel Camp with me, man. We're gonna do it really big. I'm just really excited. So let's get into the number 20 song, which comes from La Adictiva Banda San Jose de, I'm not gonna say the other word. This song is called Esconditos. Big ol' Stop on the countdown.
En algún lugar, escondidos en la gran ciudad, inventando cualquier tontería para vernos solo una vez más. Odio continuar así, sin poder gritarle a todo el mundo este amor que existe entre tú y yo, pero es la única forma de que estemos juntos. Esto va contra mi voluntad, quererte amar sin libertad, pero te vuelvo a mirar, escondidos, si nos da la gana de besar, sin rendirle cuenta lo prohibido, que mi boca haga lo necesario. Encender el brillo de tus ojos con el simple roce de mis dedos. Si la vida es solamente una, ¿para qué esperar? Si solo a ti te quiero, si solo a ti te quiero. Y si lo sabe Dios, que lo sepa el mundo entero. Encender el brillo de tus ojos con el simple roce de mis dedos. Si la vida es solamente una, ¿para qué esperar? Si solo a ti te quiero, si solo a ti te quiero. Y si lo sabe Dios, que lo sepa el mundo entero.
es, no le basta el amor y ser fiel. Hoy se va a modo Romeo, ella quiere beber y no, ya no confía en nadie y no. Hoy se bebe para la calle y wow, el DJ que le ponga el dembow. Con calma ella quiere perrear, que ella está de Bad Bunny hasta abajo de Omar. Taquita que ella quiere rumbear, escuchándote boté pa' que la trataba mal y que fue. Hoy se va a bailar escuchando X de J Balvin y Nicky Jam y que fue. Ahora está soltera escuchando el remix de Daddy Yankee y Luna. Se reveló, cambió el amor por sexo, ya tomó la decisión. Ella no está pa' cuento ni nada de eso, y se reveló, cambió el amor por sexo, ya tomó la decisión. Ella no está pa' cuento ni nada de eso. Hoy es noche de sexo y ella cambió, y está sintiendo el calentón de mi mahón con su mahón, bailando mayor que yo, teléfono en modo de avión. El DJ que no se escrache, no repito una canción. Ella quiere que yo la roce, como te digo pa' que te lo goce, bebé. Ya tú pasaste la página y si le meto bella con tu man sigue la máquina. Con calma ella quiere perrear, que ella está de Bad Bunny hasta abajo de Don Omar. Taquita que ella quiere rumbear, escuchándote boté pa' que la trataba mal y que fue. Hoy se va a bailar escuchando X de J Balvin y Nicky Jam y que fue. Ahora está soltera escuchando el remix de Daddy Yankee y Luna. Se reveló, cambió el amor por sexo, ya tomó la decisión. Ella no está pa' cuento ni nada de eso, y se reveló, cambió el amor por sexo, ya tomó la decisión. Ella no está pa' cuento ni nada de eso, ella ya no piensa en él la convirtió en alguien que ya no es. No le basta el amor y ser fiel. Hoy se va a modo Romeo, ella quiere beber y no, ya no confía en nadie y no. Hoy se bebe para la calle y wow, el DJ que le ponga el dembow. Con calma ella quiere perrear, que ella está de Bad Bunny hasta abajo de Don Omar. Taquita que ella quiere rumbear, escuchándote boté pa' que la trataba mal y que fue. Hoy se va a bailar escuchando X de J Balvin y Nicky Jam y que fue. Ahora está soltera escuchando el remix de Daddy Yankee y Luna. Chris Jedi, Gaby Muse, dulce como candy. Dímelo Nino, brr, real hasta la muerte hoy te ve. Ja.
Yeah. Get it. This is kind of jamming. Hey. Yeah. Is that how y'all do it? Yeah. I don't know how they do it. But that was really jamming though. That was a number 19 song. Annuel AA K or that's how you say it. Keii. Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know?
That's the one class I really didn't do good in. Yo, we're talking to our guest.
All the shade.
Spanish,
I just like that you're trying to pronounce it and then you're like, you know what? I didn't do well in Spanish class. I'm sorry, y'all. Here's my guest.
That's how I do it, man. I gotta be real with my listeners.
You are real.
We got my friend Daniel Campus
Canton.
You got a long ass name. I'm telling you that, but I like
Russian,
it.
but it's Spanish.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's just as fucking long as fuck.
Oh, okay. I like it though. Tell us a little bit. Tell my listeners about yourself.
Well, actually, I was born in LA. I'm like the opposite of every other immigrant in this freaking place.
Okay.
So I was born in LA, but my parents, especially my mom, thought it wasn't a good idea to have education here because the level of education, it was not something she expected. So we went back to Mexico. graduated from University of the Yucatan with a master's on historical social anthropology.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got also a license to be like a national federal tour guide in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
I can take you like to museums, archaeological sites, places of interest, and have a specialty in bird watching.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's where some of this, if I can say, adventure started with the podcast and producing stuff, because being a tour guide, it was like putting a small little production, in front of people.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of acting and kind of put up a show for the people who were, traveling from very far away, and they just don't wanted to see a tour guide who was just doing something,
Yeah.
Sure.
whatever, but they wanted to see more like
It's a show.
a show,
Yeah. Have you-
Actually,
have you
I
done-
named my company that way. It was Showtime, the name of the company.
Oh.
Have you done tours
Wow.
of Chichen Itza?
Yeah, actually,
That place, I always wanted to go there. It looks amazing.
I lived there.
You lived there?
I actually lived on the hotel that is right next to it. It was called Mayaland.
Yeah.
And I lived also in the other archaeological site. It's called Uxmal.
Uxmal.
And that one, that was probably scary. I don't know if you remember that movie, The Shining.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Well, that
yeah.
shit happened to me because nobody actually
Sure.
stays on that hotel.
Sure,
Everybody
yeah.
comes in,
What?
there's traffic through the
Yeah.
whole day, and then they leave.
Wow.
And then when they leave, guess what?
What?
Fuck, I was by myself there because I was like, it's called the
Just
resident
you
tour
and the
guide.
ghosts.
It was me. I was Jack Nicholson. I was like by myself.
Wow,
And there was a couple times that I actually end up counting stars and naming frogs and shit.
Are
and
you
then it's like,
serious?
I gotta get the fuck out of here. That's when I realized this is not, this is not healthy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so, how did you get into becoming the part owner of?
Well, it's a production. We do a couple other things, but the reality is that what we started. I started in the Yucatan. With small little sketches and things like that because
Yeah.
of the tour guiding. We wanted to put a show for the people.
Yes.
I felt that I needed to kind of dress up. So I had a long hair, long beard,
Uh-oh.
with it's hanging out from my beard.
Okay.
And I dressed up. I have a hat that was side like type of Indiana Jones hat.
Okay.
Cargo pants,
Cargo pants.
and I carried a backpack with everything you could imagine that was in that backpack.
Okay.
The idea came from a show that I watched when I was a kid. It was called The Wizard, which is a small little tiny guy who had a backpack or a duffel bag where he can pull all kinds of tricks from there, right?
Yeah.
And so my idea is that when a tourist will think, hey, it would be great to have a bottle of wine here, I'll pull a bottle of wine from that backpack.
Are you
Or if
serious?
someone said, oh my God, it's wonderful right here, I just wish I had some opera music, and I'll play opera music in the spot too. So the whole idea of that, it was precisely to have an idea of giving people an experience and more just a tour. Because having a tour, it was just like everybody had a tour. Everybody had a tour guide talking and
Yes.
moving the belly or whatever it is that they were doing.
Yes.
I felt that they needed to have a life experience.
Wow.
Well,
And-
it sounds like you hit them emotionally.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And I got to tell you, I also hit them with their senses. One of the things that I did is, like, for instance, on our way to the archaeological site, I have small little packages of coffee that I put in the air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
So the smell, it will constantly hit him with coffee, right?
Oh, wow.
And then I have selected music that it was always playing through. It was 1 hour 30 minutes to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had 1 hour 30 minutes of a cycle of music that will repeat.
Okay.
And the idea, there were songs that I picked up that were kind of a worldwide known songs.
Yes.
The idea was that when people listen to these songs, they will come back and say, hey, this is the song we listen with Daniel all the time. Mm-hmm. Because it was a complaint.
Okay.
People would say things like, didn't we listen to this song? Yeah. And I was explaining what was the reason of why I was replaying the whole loop.
Yeah.
And then after that, they will get it, and they like the song. And I had something like Ricky Martin. I had like Pavarotti. I had Sinatra. I mean, you name it. I have all kinds of music. And last but not least, the Yucatan is It's a very humid place.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get off the vehicle, which is with air conditioning, you immediately start sweating. I'm talking about the moment that door opens, you start sweating.
Wow.
So when you come back, I had these little towels that were wet
Yes.
and they were moist and they were cool because I put them on the refrigerator the night before, and they had a mint scent on it.
Okay.
So when they come back, I give them in a silver platter. I'll give them their towels
Oh, okay.
to clean out their face, right? So now they have the mint, which is very common for everyone to try, man. Any in a drink, and chewing gum, and your toothpaste, whatever. And it was the idea to hit their senses and always have or start a conversation out of these things, whether it was the smell, the sense of coffee, the smell of the mint, or the music. It was all about that. And then the visuals, what will we fill up? We have a driver who looked like, like the driver from James Bond, the guy with the round hat.
Yes.
And then I look like freaking, what is the name of that? The Pirates of the Caribbean guy?
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, there you go. I look
Depp.
just like him. There was people who say like, "Oh my God, you look like this guy."
I said the character name. You said the actual actor's name.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. Well, he's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, to have a visual effect on people, and that's how this thing started, right?
Okay.
But later on, my mom was a politician,
Oh, for real?
and she was a politician who actually was in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And she was able to accomplish a lot of things. I remember once coming to my house, and the president of Mexico wasn't at my house
Are
with
you
the governor.
serious? Wow.
I'm this thing. It was amazing because my mom was so well respected, right?
Yes.
And I walked into this place and they're not letting me in. It's like, damn it, it's my house. And then I see from the back a little hand that goes like this. It's okay, he can come in. And then I come in and it's I see the president at that time. It was Cedillo and Governor Victor Cervera Pacheco.
Wow.
And I said, oh, your mom's a very respectful woman and stuff like that. We have a tons of admiration for what she's done, organizing things. And so that all of this is school that I had with my mom and going to school as well. Kind of when I decided to come back to the United States, I kind of picked up that. I said I want to go back to politics. I want to go back to school. I went to the community colleges.
Okay.
And I got elected to be the ASO president, which is a student body president.
Okay.
And then further on, I use all that knowledge that I have from my mom to kind of run campaigns for myself.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I got
You know what?
elected as the student trustee for Los Angeles Community College District.
Oh, that is so cool. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But let's get back into this countdown.
Absolutely, man.
The number, what's it called? The number,
18.
18. Duh. Thank you for keeping me on track. 18.
I'm keeping you a lino.
Yeah. Raul Alejandro and Famuco Fantasas, whatever, Fantasy.
Famuco, ahí vamos a tener a Famuco ahorita al radio. No se oye la música, pero sí se oye el sonido.
Like so.
Puedo hacer para convencerte, a solas quiero tenerte. Que tú eras y te digo mi fantasía contigo. Susurrando el oído te comienzas a calentar. Tú me dices y nos vamos, que nosotros esperamos. Si los dos nos gustamos y la mirada no lo pueden negar.
Desde que te vi yo sabía que tú ibas a ser mía. Algo a mí me desea que tú eras la baby que tanto quería. Porque rápido hubo química y te vi tan simpática. Te miraba tan exótica que rápido te jalé pa' acá. Y gozamos, bebimos, fumamos, bailamos toda la noche y en casa terminamos. Todavía no sé cómo se llama y tampoco sé cómo terminamos en mi cama, pero tuvimos química y te vi tan simpática, te mirabas tan exótica que rápido te jalé pa' acá.
Que tú eres y te digo mi fantasía contigo. Susurrando el oído te comienzas a calentar. Tú me dices y nos vamos, que nosotros esperamos. Si los dos nos gustamos y la mirada no lo pueden negar. Wow, las cosas que pasan por mi mente en mi habitación, mujer. Yo dándote y el proceso de tu traje a subir, dame tus besos que son hechos para mí. Yo calentándote, tú calentándome. Tú dices que tú eres bravo, eso lo quiero ver. Y el proceso de tu traje a subir, dame tus besos que son hechos para mí. Sigue bailándome, sigue buscándome. Boss Entertainment, con la Sensei, Carbon Fiber Music.
Él se cree y se jura que todavía figura, aunque yo soy el que sueñas, haciéndote travesuras. Sin descansar nos comemos en los lugares de siempre. Él debería saberlo.
Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Así porque cuando nos besamos así se me para el tiempo. Me tienes viviendo en un cuento. Yo soy el que te hace sentir. Ella no es tu dueño. Deja que se muera de celos. Dile que me tienes amarrado. Dile a ver si puedes superarlo. Si me tienes tan enamorado, estaré por siempre a tu lado, bebé, bebé, bebé. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí.
Dile que tú estás soltera y que ya no recuerdas ni cómo se llama. Que yo te enseñé las poses que a diario practicas conmigo en la cama. Dile que tú estás soltera y que ya no recuerdas ni cómo se llama. Que yo te enseñé las poses que a diario practicas conmigo en la cama.
Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Así porque cuando nos besamos así se me para el tiempo. Me tienes viviendo en un cuento. Yo soy el que te hace sentir. Ella no es tu dueño. Deja que se muera de celos. Dile que me tienes amarrado. Dile a ver si puedes superarlo. Si me tienes tan enamorado, estaré por siempre a tu lado, bebé, bebé, bebé. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Dile que eres mía desde siempre. Dile que te llevo a las alturas. Dile que nunca vamos despacio cuando yo me pego a tu cintura, sí. Dile que eres mía desde siempre.
Whoa! That was the number 17 song, y'all. Oh, man, we're here with my guest, Daniel.
Hey, how's it going?
Holla, holla, holla. With my engineer, Alex. I think that's his name.
Yeah, that's my name. Are you serious? Oh, this is like the 5th show I've done with you.
Just kidding.
I don't think you are, man. I think you literally forgot for a minute.
I do that sometimes. I forget people's names. You know, don't.
All right.
I've been knowing. Sometimes I didn't even know who my mama was until I kept on saying hi. This is my mother.
If this was the 2nd or 3rd, but bro, this is like show number 5.
I know. Don't try.
You even had me as the guest when your guest canceled 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you gonna put that in my face? Oh, turn the mic off. Turn his mic off.
Yo, Daniel, it was the Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
right?
Day.
Guest cancels. Ola Shay's like, Alex, can you be a guest? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I just got engaged. So he was asking me about being engaged, and then he's like, man, I hate Valentine's Day.
I do. I hate it.
If that's not a good look as the host of a Valentine's Day
Right.
show.
A Valentine's
Anyway,
Day show.
I'll let you get back to your show.
Hold on a second. I think the one who canceled was me, right? Wasn't it me?
I think no.
No?
We had that was a couples edition.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad, because, no.
Well, I think it was you too. Yeah,
Yeah?
you and no. I had a couples. No.
No, it was some,
No, you canceled the week before.
the week before, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. It was.
No worries. It's
I had a terrible
life.
day through
That's
the,
life.
through
That's
the,
life. That's life.
studios.
So you're involved in politics. You're involved in what's the thing called on Melrose?
The play
Skip Town Playhouse.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And tell us how we interweave it. All that stuff. How do you interweave your that with that, and also with your podcast?
Yeah. Well, what happened is when I arrived here and I got into politics, I was doing the marketing part, and the marketing was what it kind of started triggering one thing after another one. I run a couple of campaigns. One of them actually the mayor's office, the mayor Eric Garcetti, and we run part of the campaign that was the northeast side of the valley.
Okay.
And we turned that area from high propensity voters for Wendy Gruel at that time to Eric Garcetti.
Okay.
We had the advantage that being the president and student trustee at one point, so I had a lot of influence among the students. Was represented at approximately about 250,000 students. And it was not only one college, because once you become the trustee for Los Angeles Community College District, you become the trustee for the 9 colleges, which is, a Mission College, Pierre College, City College, Harbor College, West, Southwest, East.
Yes.
So you name it, all the 9 colleges were in, right? And even LA Trade Tech.
Yes.
And so that was a huge advantage for me to kind of give him at that time the mayor some support. I had some influence, and I'm very proud of that part, because we were able to bring a good mayor, a mayor who actually I say had a very sensitive side, not only to the Latino community but to minorities.
Yes.
And that was really something that I enjoy doing for them. And eventually, this kind of triggered me to kind of start doing marketing for many other campaigns.
Okay.
We started doing simply political campaigns as a manager and as a consultant, and then as an executor of the ground effort. So whenever you have someone knocking on your door, this is normally sent by me.
Okay.
So you see someone knocking on your
like
door.
Like a census?
No. More for politics. Just 100%. Someone is knocking on your door. Hey, can you vote for this person?
You'll not be sending Jehovah's Witness around the people. No.
Well, I wish I had Jehovah's Witnesses, because oh my God, they are so good at knocking doors, man.
Yes, they are, man. They are persistent.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Wow.
The best, I say, the canvassers in the world are Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyways.
And that kind of a trigger to go into a little bit more of, because you have to teach some of the politicians a little bit of acting, a little bit of, acting and politics kind of go together.
Yes.
And you have to know who's your audience.
Yes.
And so learning all that part and teaching all of that stuff to some politicians who were new or first time, in the political arena, it started attracting me to certain groups.
Yes.
And finally, a couple of productions came along. I worked on a couple of movies. Then I worked in the production of a couple of movies. And little by little, I started, growing with Warner. And now, I've been helping, and I recently moved into the corporate offices.
Okay.
And so it's great. We have all the construction part happening through the day. And then we have production going with UVN Go in the evening. And then we also have the theater, which is something that I came, to help specifically Vincenzo, who is like a real dear friend of mine. I love this guy to the heart. He's a great guy, and I help him with the marketing a little bit, and then putting project together. I think that we need to help and open more spaces for people to be more artistic, and that's the whole idea of this project that I've been doing.
True. Yeah, because I met you through an artistic venture that hopefully we do.
Yeah. I think we're going to work on something that is important, the content, and it's just not about doing it. It's about doing it right.
Doing it right. That's the most important thing. Do it right.
And sometimes you don't. What I learned from a couple other people is that sometimes you're looking for the big cameras, the mics, and the sound, and all that kind of stuff. there are such great phones right now where you can actually shoot something and then use basic technology to get something done and make it look really professional. I have a friend, actually someone that I know, is not my friend, but who started doing movies with his phone, with his iPhone, and he has won at least 15 awards of international, movie and film festivals.
Wow.
So the guy right now has like big actresses from Mexico coming in, and he's doing all this content in Spanish.
Wow.
And he's been all over the place, man. And he started with his phone. He grabbed his phone and put it in one of those things with a mic, and he literally walked things out. And the editing and the music, which is the part that, what was the part? It was the part that make the whole film look really legit.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I think that it is possible to do that type of stuff. And I think that it's important that people stop finding or putting themselves obstacles to say like, whoa, I cannot do it because I don't have a budget. Just go out, shoot something, try to get someone who can do some editing on it, change some of the audio and get something out, man. It's all about just creating content, put it out there. And eventually you're going to have people who are going to be like, wow, I think what you're doing is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you on
and
that.
That's how we should do it. We shouldn't like find more excuses to not get it done.
Yeah,
we just have to do it.
Just do it, just like Nike say. Just do it,
and
just like that, we're gonna just do it to the number 16 song, which is Manuel Torzo and Anuel AA and Te Quemaste.
Manuel Turizo, Anuel. Sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste. Tú misma te lo buscaste, no te va a seguir el juego. Sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste. Tú misma te lo buscaste, no te va a seguir el juego. Suéltame en banda, mi corazón tú no la abrandas. Y todas las traiciones cada vez tú las agrandas. Y un día creía que tú eras mi santa, pero a los que te aman siempre los espantas. Y se te cagó, la moví a ti, ya se te cayó. Tú querías con los dos, no digas que no, yo con él te vi, él también te vio. El juego se te jodió, sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste, tú misma te lo buscaste y no te va a seguir el juego. Sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste, tú misma te lo buscaste, no te va a seguir el juego. Me la pasaba todo el día llamándote y tú jugando conmigo, engañándome. Y yo inseguro pensando que te fallé, pero tú eres una farsante y ya me enteré que tú estabas con él, ensuciando tu piel y caí en tu hueco, pero te quemaste con fuego. Mejor te doy la bendición y hasta luego. Quería meternos a los dos en el mismo juego. Que tú me gustaste, eso a ti no te lo niego, pero me protege un ángel como dice Teo. Cuando te vi, no lo entendí. Yo pensé que estabas sola pa' mí. Tú el juego hiciste, yo no perdí. Y Anuel también sabe todo de ti. Cuando te vi, no lo entendí. Yo pensé que estabas sola pa' mí. Tú el juego hiciste, yo no perdí. Y Anuel también sabe todo de ti. Sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste. Tú misma te lo buscaste, no te va a seguir el juego. Sola te quedaste, tú misma te lo buscaste. Quisiste jugar con fuego y te quemaste. Tú misma te lo buscaste, no te va a seguir el juego. Manuel Turizo, Manuel Turizo. Real hasta la muerte, baby. Anuel, real hasta la muerte, baby. Nino, Chris Jedi, lo intocable, Gaby Music, baby. Maraime Equa, La Industria Inc. Julián Turizo, baby, baby.
Esta vez soy yo el que ya no quiere. Y no me interesa si es que mis palabras de una forma duelen. Esta es mi postura y tú ya madura. Esta vez soy yo quien niega los besos. Sabes bien que nunca he sido muy fanático de los regresos. Las segundas partes rara vez funcionan. Y todavía peor cuando como tú son mala persona. Yo visualizaba una vida contigo. Hacía las cosas bien y de eso hay 1000 testigos. Y quedar en extra no sirve de nada. Si la otra parte no está interesada. Nunca estuve dentro de tus prioridades. Por mi parte tú eras todo y bien lo sabes. Esta vez ya no me mirarás llorar. Esta vez te toca a ti estarme rogando. Ruégame, 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 porque me está gustando. Pura carnaval. Yo visualizaba una vida contigo. Hacía las cosas bien y de eso hay 1000 testigos.
Yeah. I couldn't understand the hell what the hell they were saying, but I was jamming. That was jamming like a motherfricker. That was number 15 by Banda Carnaval Esa. Banda Carnaval. The song was called Esa Ve Soy Yo.
Esa vez soy yo, de
Esa
banda
vez soy yo.
Carnaval.
Yeah.
El Big O está tocando música.
Stop 20 countdown.
justamente en
But you
español.
guys, it's time for my favorite part of the show, the extra song of the week. And this is actually a world premiere. World premiere. World premiere. Nobody else is playing this yet. But this is actually, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to give you just a brief background of the story. I got the artwork for this particular single from my engineer, Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think it was going to inspire you to make a remix. I just took a screenshot of your music video and put some text underneath it. But I'm glad it moved you so much.
Yeah. It moved. I said, you know what? I got to make that into a single cover.
Well, I
and
appreciate
so, you know
it.
what? And next thing you know, I'll be honest with you, I was on YouTube listening to some beats, and the first beat said, oh yeah, this is it. And so now this is the world premiere of the remix of my single, Love Is Love. Let's get into it on Big Ol' Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all. This is what you call the remix for the 2020, baby. Love is love, baby. No matter who you love, as long as you love. That's what I'm saying. Say it like this. Love is love is love. You're what I'm thinking of. Really what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Love is love is love. You're what I'm thinking of. Really what I'm thinking of. Say it like this. Verse 1. When I wake up in the morning. Every time I wake up, baby. I see your smiling face. Yeah, baby. Oh, it makes me feel so happy. To feel your warm embrace.
You are everything I wanted, everything I'm dreaming of. Ooh, yeah, sweet baby. I love to feel your love, 'cause love is love is love. You're what I'm thinking of, really what I'm thinking of. Tell you that love is love is love. What I'm thinking of, really what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Verse 2. Every day's a celebration, every moment a gift. You got me so happy, set my mind adrift. Oh, I'm dancing on the ceiling, flying high above. Yeah, sweet baby, I love to feel your love. You're my angel. You're my angel, baby. Awesome gift to me. Gift to me. Yeah, the one that sets me free. Set me free, baby. Ooh, sweet thing. I just love to feel your love, baby. 'Cause you make me say love. Yeah, you make me say love. Oh, you're awesome, baby. Yeah. Love is love is love. You're what I'm thinking of. Really what I'm thinking of. 'Cause I know that love is love is love. You're what I'm thinking of. Really what I'm thinking of. 'Cause I know that love. You know what, y'all? Love is doesn't matter who you love, just as long as you love. Thinking of. Love is love. Really what I'm thinking of. That's all that matters. Love yourself. Love God. Love everyone. Love is love. I'm thinking of 2020 remix. Yeah, y'all, that was a Love is Love, the world premiere, the remix. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's supporting the actual original video right now for the 2-week count for the videos.
40,000.
41,598 views. And I want to say
God,
thank you
that was very
to
specific.
everyone who's really supporting and watching the video. 41,000 in 2 weeks.
41,000 views in 2 weeks. This
Yes.
is a video on YouTube.
On YouTube.
That's
Love
awesome,
is
brother.
love, man. I'm getting married in the video, but I'm not
I know. I saw the video.
I'm not
Who
trying
was
to get
actually
married.
wasn't Abraham the priest or something like that?
No, Abraham was nowhere near the video.
no.
I
Oh, no
wanted him
way.
to be in the video, but he said no. He said he had something else he had to do.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually wanted to get married to Abraham, but we're not going to talk about that. But I have one of my friends in the video. That's going to be we're going to have we're going to have him in the remix video. I'll be the one in the dress and in the remix video.
The remix.
Yeah, the remix. You see me walking down, it's a mess. It's a mess. So let's get back to
That was funny, brother.
yeah, be like, love is love, bitch.
Love is love. Let me ask you, why the podcast called Love is Love?
I need to do that. I would. That, that would be cool. Have a couple of my friends up in here.
Oh.
We're talking about all the issues about love and alternative lifestyles and all this stuff. That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
That'd be really great. Yeah, good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
I
was actually asking. I thought the name of the podcast was Love is Love.
No, the name of the podcast is Big Old's Top 20 Countdown.
Oh, okay.
The song is Love is Love.
Oh,
song
the
is
song
Love.
is Love is Love. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I messed it up.
You haven't been paying attention.
Oh, hold on a second. Don't be talking about paying attention. You don't know the name of your engineer. Come on.
Oh, so now all y'all are trying to
he's
get
right.
on me. Now you're trying to get on me. Oh, I see how y'all are. Oh, okay.
You can't even say my last name. He's like, oh,
turn
you're not paying
turn
attention.
his mic off. He's no longer allowed to speak.
Oh, my God.
I think you kind of turned my mic off for a minute.
No, I did. It was a joke.
That's me.
That's so messed up.
Wait, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, that is so mean.
I did it again. All right, I'll stop.
See, my engineer is being mean to me, y'all. That is so, see, I'm
is
being
the great
abused
thing.
from my engineer. You see it? Oh, gosh.
This is a
All
great
right.
thing of recording. We're always having fun in podcasts, man. It's
You
just
got
like,
to.
Yeah, some of the podcasts here, they're not so fun, but the Big O show, it's a good one.
It's
Thank
good.
you. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Big O Show.
I
Tune in.
definitely appreciate it.
iTunes. They can find you on iTunes.
Yeah, they can find me on Spreaker. They can find me
on iHeart. You can
iHeart?
find me on what's it called? What's the other one? We're working on getting on
iHeartRadio?
Yeah, iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio?
They can also get me on TuneIn.
SoundCloud?
TuneIn?
No, not SoundCloud.
No, what's the other one? Mixcloud.
Mixcloud, that's it.
That's the one. That's
So
the one
you
I'm
can
working
find
on getting it. Yeah,
Big O
Mixcloud.
on Mixcloud as well. So
Mixcloud as
you
well.
can download the app and from any of this podcast and you
Yeah,
can find this
yeah,
Big O
yeah.
countdown, 20 countdown, right?
Top 20
Top 20.
countdown. So, speaking of countdowns and podcasts and stuff like that, so how did you get into the podcast that you have? Tell us, what's going on with that?
Well, the podcast started as an idea of I have a way of talking where basically I think in Spanish and then I say it in English. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the things sometimes sounded a little inappropriate.
Okay.
And I never meant to be offensive, or I never meant to say something wrong. I never meant to say something that were harmful. But it just came out wrong sometimes, and people were like, "Oh, you're really like a borderline inappropriate."
Yeah.
And so from there, a friend of mine actually told me, you should start a podcast in Spanish and talking about these things because, yeah, you're right. In the Spanish, people are less, they're very polite in the way that they express each other.
Okay.
But they're also very straight up to tell you where you're not doing something right.
Okay.
Like, your parents talk to the kids like, hey, get this thing done. And say, you can't do it? What? You stupid or what? They literally, they still act like that in Mexico. It's a little bit of the culture.
Yeah.
And so when you translate that into English, people don't take it cool. They don't like it. And so they felt that it was a good idea to talk about this stuff in Spanish.
Okay.
And eventually that's how the podcast started.
Yeah.
7 years ago, we have something called El Aguilucho Misionero. That was the first one.
Okay.
And then from that evolved to what we have right now.
Wow.
El Viento.
So how many days do you do that?
Oh, I only do it on Wednesdays. Every Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And we normally have a conversation with regular people
Uh-huh.
that have an immigrant story.
Uh-huh.
And people who might have a very opposite point of view of what I have.
Yeah.
Which means that I want to have the discussion.
Okay.
But is the emotional intelligent discussion.
Okay.
Where if you say, hey, I'm a woman trapped on a man's body.
Okay.
Let's say that, right?
Yeah.
I want to have that discussion without you getting offended, without getting offended. I want to make all those questions that a lot of people want to do, and they don't have the balls sometimes to do it.
Yes.
Or they're afraid to do it.
Yes.
People are afraid to say certain words, right?
Yes.
And
Especially in the-
we
in the
have
black
gotten
community.
to this kind of a culture where you gotta be very careful what you say, and I just don't think that is favoring or freedom of speech.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because a lot of Alex can attest to this. Even in comedy, you can't really say what you really want to say sometimes because you might offend your audience.
Right. And
Am I right, Alex?
Well, I just, to me, so I do stand up, by the way, if Olashay didn't
Yeah, he's a
clarify
stand-up
that.
comedian too.
I think people, I'll put it this way. You can say anything if you say it in an intelligent and thoughtful way.
Yes.
But sometimes people try to walk that line without having, they haven't really fleshed out their thoughts in a way that articulates their point.
That's true.
In a way that, it doesn't bother me if crowds or audiences are a bit sensitive because
Yeah.
it usually comes from like an okay place. I put that more on like, if you're a comedian or an artist or saying anything that might, offend people, whatever. For me, like as someone who tells jokes for a living, I pause. I'm like, if what I'm saying is funny and smart enough, it shouldn't matter, right?
Yes.
But it's got to be a point to it.
Yes.
Does that answer your question? No?
Yeah, definitely does. Definitely
the
does.
way I see it is by I should be able to say whatever I want.
Yes.
And you should not take it personal.
Yes.
No matter
I
what.
agree with that.
Because the problem is that we lack emotional education.
Yes.
So that means that if I say, hey, güero, it's like, why you call me güero? Or if I say gringo, it's like, why you call it gringo? Like, what the fuck do you think I... Like, relax, bro. It's just a word. It's just like you call me wetback once,
Yeah, but people walk around now with they're just ready to pop off.
Yes.
We are living in a reality show. Like this at all times. Think about all the times you see something. Hey, look at this crazy person at El Pollo Loco going ham. You know what I'm saying? We're always ready to film chaos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So-
I tell you, I don't know you. How old are you? But I'm 43.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Okay, so I live even a slightly
I'm
different
about to be
area where
40.
Yeah.
there was no phones.
Right.
And if they would have filmed the shit that I did,
Oh man.
Oh wow.
I would
Bro.
not have a career.
Me too.
Dude,
You know-
if I had a camera phone in high school, game over. You know.
Yeah,
it would've
man.
been-
Like,
it would've been a
it is-
straight
I
mess.
guess somehow also there's awareness of you gotta be also you gotta behave a little more civilized, you know. And I agree with that
Yeah.
part. You
Yeah.
know, where you have to be. Hey, hold on a second. You can't take your pants off. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yes, you can. You do it in the stadium sometimes, but I don't know.
I know I do.
Well, you do it for a penny that you want to pick up.
Okay. In a minute. All right now. I might do it right now.
But it's important that we know that we live in a very sensitive, society where we can't say anything now. And I feel that comedy right now is one of those safe heavens where we can actually say certain things.
Yes.
But we get in that sensibility. Those, crystal, fellows, they're actually coming into the comedy audience now. And I think that as comedians or producers, directors of our projects and stuff like that, we have to educate a lot of this audience. When they come in, we cannot assume that the audience is people who know they are in a theater
Yeah.
or they are in a comedy. We have to now have that disclosed. This is a comedy show. Please do not take anything personal.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of clubs, like the Improv, they actually make you put your phone in a special bag so you can't use it during the show.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like a thing. It's like one of those things you can't open it yourself. Security has to do it. So you can hold on to it. So if it vibrates and you have to check it, that's cool. You got to go outside though,
Wow.
and it's way better. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I think it's a great idea because the thing is that I do a educational comedy stand up. I talk about emotional intelligence and emotional education, right?
Yeah.
This is very focused to adults,
Yes.
not to kids
Yeah.
or to young audiences. Young audiences hate me.
Sure.
I can't. With the things that I say, they're like, and I can see the faces like.
I know.
Sick.
God, they're
But-
so yeah.
Yeah, with the adults though, I get along very well, and one of the things that I learned from all this educational comedy that I'm doing right now,
Yes.
is that people are more willing to learn if you're able to make them giggle.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you make it fun,
Sure,
they are
absolutely.
more willing to learn.
Yeah.
Yes. But you guys, speaking of learning, let's get back into this. I'm learning to get back into this countdown. Let's do the number 14 song, which comes from J Balvin, and this song is called Morado. A big old Top 20 countdown.
Let's go. Después de 3 canciones seguía, analizando la movida. No sale si está de día, quiere hanguear en su estilo de vida. No le gustan principiantes, que sean calle pero elegantes. Perreamos hasta que tú y yo no aguante. Yo pedí un trago y ella la botella. Abusa siempre que estoy con ella. Oh yeah, hazle caso si no te estrellas. Qué problema es culpa de ella. De ella. Yo pedí un trago y ella baila pa' que suena el rebote. Pide whisky hasta que se agote. Si lo prende exige que rote. Bailando así vas a hacer que no bote. Nena, seguro que al llegar fuiste la primera. En la cama siempre tú te exageras. Si te quieres ir, pues nos vamos cuando quieras, girl. Nena, seguro que al llegar fuiste la primera. En la cama siempre tú te exageras. Yo pedí un trago y ella la botella. Abusa siempre que estoy con ella. Oh yeah, hazle caso si no te estrellas. Qué problema es culpa de ella. Yo pedí un trago y ella la botella. Abusa siempre que estoy con ella. Oh yeah, hazle caso si no te estrellas. Qué problema es culpa de ella. Yo pedí un trago y ella me robó. A su casa me invitó, de repente me jaló. Para el cuarto me llevó. De lo que hicimos no me acuerdo. Y
Pa' hacerme loco sé que soy experto. Me tienes soñando despierto, volando sin aeropuerto. Y por cosas de la vida terminé echando bebidas en tu cuerpo. Nena, seguro que al llegar fuiste la primera. En la cama siempre tú te exageras. Si te quieres ir, pues nos vamos cuando quieras.
Yo te como sin vid, a capela, suave que la noche espera. Ya te encendí como vela y te apago cuando quiera. Negra hasta la noche como pantera. Ella coge el plano y lo desmantela. No es de Puerto Rico y me dice mera. Tranquila, yo pago, guarda tu cartera. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venir. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venir. Yo te como sin vid, a capela, suave que la noche espera. Ya te encendí como vela y te apago cuando quiera. Negra hasta la noche como pantera. Ella coge el plano y lo desmantela. No es de Puerto Rico y me dice mera. Tranquila, yo pago, guarda tu cartera. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venir. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venía. A cualquier malla le marco, a lo Cristiano Ronaldo. Tírame el beat que lo parto. Manos en alto que esto es un asalto. Esto no es misa pero vine de blanco. Hago solo éxitos a lo Benny Blanco. No puedo parar, si paro me estanco. Sobra prosperidad, eso lo sabe el banco. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venir. For real, Medellín, que lo dulce que tenga que pedir, te seguí, me cambié de carril, María, no sé si lo venir. Madrid, Medellín. Y el otro niño de Medellín, Sky, rompiendo. J Balvin, colores.
Mr. Worldwide, Lanier, El Micha, Neo, history in the making.
If I get to choose who I'm gonna give this good life to, who I'm gonna ride with, win or lose, no hesitation, I choose you. Cause you're like a light when I'm in the dark, my serenity when the drama starts, permanent resident of my heart, baby, baby, you are. Me quedaré contigo, voy a robarles todas las flechas a Cupido, y te daré mi corazón con un motivo, que es solo por tu amor. Yo sigo vivo, yo sigo vivo.
I live a life that movies are made of, but nothing about me's Hollywood. Baby, you know how we roll. Baby, you know what they do. Baby, you know how it goes. Cógelo con take it easy, baby, let's take it slow. Mi amor, mi vida es complicado. La fama, el poder, dinero, mujeres, el chisme, el alcohol, la hierba. Pero yo sigo enfocado, el león de la selva. Gracias a ti, por tu apoyo, por tu amor. Thank you for staying loyal. Yo te lo doy todo, hasta la vida que yo vivo, para quedarme contigo.
Voy a robarles todas las flechas a Cupido, y te daré mi corazón con un motivo, que es solo por tu amor. Yo sigo vivo, yo sigo vivo.
Me quedaré contigo porque contigo estoy vivo. contigo porque tengo mis motivos, sí, para quedarme fijo. Contigo quiero el anillo, contigo quiero los hijos. De los momentos que vivimos ni borrando los olvidos. Yo lo único que pido que siempre duerma conmigo y que en los momentos de frío sea mi mejor abrigo. Yo nunca me quitaré aunque me cele y me pelee. Y aunque te hables más de mí, yo te pido que no me dejes y yo no soy jardinero y te cuido como una flor. No soy perfecto y contigo soy el mejor. No me dejes solo sin tus besos, por favor.
You know what, y'all? We're gonna give you a little snippet, y'all. I know we're running a little bit behind, but we're gonna have to do this because this is a surprise for our boy.
What's up? What's up?
Not you. This is for Alex.
Shit, thank you.
Because tomorrow's his birthday, so
yeah,
we're gonna
his
so
birthday.
happy birthday, happy
put my
birthday.
stand up on here?
Yes, I did. No, we're gonna do a little bit of it. We're gonna give you a little bit snippet of.
Yeah, but I got a better clip I'll pull up.
Yeah, something
I'll
short.
pull up a new one. Hold
Okay.
on. Talk
well,
to the people for a minute.
You know, and Alex is really a cool engineer, and so we're gonna celebrate his birthday. That's crazy. I've never known anybody
Thanks,
who's had like a leap year birthday. I've never had that. I mean, how can you do that once every 4 years? Celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, it's how it goes. I don't know.
I love to say, you know what? People who know me know I turn up on my birthday. I'm telling you, man. This year, I ain't gonna tell you where I'm going, but let's just say I'm gonna be happy.
It's funny because I have the same approach that Alex has. You know, I don't celebrate my birthday.
You don't?
You know something? I feel that it's a little bit of a kind of a selfish. I don't know. I always thought that way. That it's like I'm celebrating myself.
I'm the same way.
know? And I think I should, you know, and plus I do kind of celebrate 364 days around the year.
Yeah.
And I said, like, you know, that day of my birthday, I like to take my family out and have them do whatever they want to do. And it's not about me. You know, it's about you. But I have a couple of surprise parties and stuff like that. I'm not.
Well, so I'm the same way. So my middle ground is because I'm a leap day. When it is a real leap day, I celebrate. And when it's the other 3 years, I'm like, I don't care. But when it's the fourth year where it's the real one, so tomorrow night I'm going out with my family, my fiance, my brother, his wife, have a nice dinner, and then we'll go just get some drinks afterwards. So,
yeah, you know, and that's
That'd be
sometimes
cool.
a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking this upcoming year or maybe next year, I'm probably gonna throw a party. But I want to have everyone in there. Enjoy themselves. And I don't want no gifts. I want nothing. I just want them to enjoy it.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I'll just play a quick little clip of this. This is my new tape. I just
Go
got.
ahead. Do your thing.
You guys have been a fun crowd, man. We have a lot of couples up front here. You guys are pretty cute. I just got engaged recently also, so that's exciting. Yeah. Pretty happy about it. My fiance, she's also a comedian. She's actually doing this right now, just back in LA. She's on a show as well. People find that out that we're both stand-up comedians. They're always like, wow, that's so fun. 2 comedians in one relationship? What's that like? I'm like, yeah, our favorite game to play is will we ever have health insurance? And how are we going to pay the rent? But if you've been with anybody for a long time, you got to find things to keep it interesting. You got to mix it up. The other night we're kind of doing our thing, fooling around, and she was like, babe, let's try some role playing. Let's just get crazy with it. You guys ever done this? Somebody in the front's like, that's our. Do you want to share? Who said that? Somebody said. I won't call you out. It's okay. And it was a very small room. I'm not going to pick on anybody. But I was a little hesitant. I wasn't against it. It's just I never done it before. It was like I don't know. Just like, well, come on. How about you pick the fantasy? Anything you want, you pick the fantasy, and we'll do it. I was like, all right. I guess it'd be kind of cool to try like police officer, bad guy. It's a classic one, right? She's like, yeah, well, let's get props. We'll do the whole thing. So I got some handcuffs. I threw them on her, got all serious. And I was like, hey, you are under arrest. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. And she gets all sexy and turns to me. And she's like, but officer, isn't there anything I can do to change your mind? I looked back at her and I was like, let me tell you something, okay? I respect this badge, all right? I got a pension, I got a full caseload here, I'm trying to make lieutenant. You chose to drink and drive, and now you're going to jail. I realized my fantasy is not even sexual, it's just being a police officer. So she went to bed, I sat in the kitchen, filled out paperwork all night. I want to stay really in character.
Hey, thanks, so that was fun.
Yeah, that was really, really funny. Happy birthday to you too.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Happy
And
birthday,
then-
Alex.
Yeah,
Well, it's
yeah,
officially at midnight, but I appreciate y'all.
yeah. Because this is gonna be here tomorrow, so we might as well say happy.
Oh, okay.
birthday.
Well, then, happy. Thank you. I will be 32.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man. 32. Wow, that's
One
cool.
more year, you'll be like Jesus.
Yeah,
Almost.
30.
Hopefully not.
Not like him.
Yeah.
Well, there
I mean,
you go.
not dying at 33,
I mean,
but come on
things
now.
didn't end the best for.
Come on
you know,
now.
anyway.
But he actually. But anyway, we ain't gonna
Well,
get
y'all
in
know
there.
what I mean, yeah.
Hallelujah! We're gonna- He died, but he rose again. No, we ain't gonna do all that. I'll have me start preaching a sermon on the Spanish podcast. You speak in Spanish.
El
I speak in
Señor
English.
está con nosotros.
Yeah. Let's get into number 11 song. Number 11 song. Oh my gosh, it's Shakira and Anuela. Hey, I like this song. Let's get into it.
Aclaremos que oscurece, dejémonos ya de estupideces. Llevamos peleando un par de meses y ya yo te lo he dicho tantas veces.
Trato de empezar una conversación, pero no me das ni un poco de tu atención. Quieres siempre hacer lo que te da la gana y lo quieres arreglar todo en la cama.
Pero no pienses eso, mami, me gusta cuando yo te tengo como yo te trago el mundo. Desnuda, de donde salió tanta maldad y tanta ricura.
Me gusta eso que me dices, pero sé que son excusas. No hay duda, dices que me quieres, pero siento que me usas.
Es que en la cama se resuelven los problemas, pero el amor perfecto solo se ve en novela.
Cuando hablo con otro te me quejas, pero tú solito eres quien me aleja.
Tú no mides tus palabras si me hieres. Y si me dejas y te vas es porque quieres.
Ya no es justo que me endulces el oído para que al final no cumplas nada conmigo.
Pero no pienses eso, mami, me gusta cuando yo te tengo como yo te trago el mundo. Desnuda, de donde salió tanta maldad y tanta ricura.
Me gusta eso que me dices, pero sé que son excusas. No hay duda, dices que me quieres, pero siento que me usas. Antes me llenaba la casa de rosas y ahora solo vive llena de tus cosas. Te perfumabas cuando iba a visitarte y ahora ni compras la cuchilla para afeitarte. Me llevabas a cenar, luego al cine y a bailar. Me comprabas tanto que tu tarjeta se iba a explotar y ahora te la pasas por la calle y aquí conmigo se te olvidan los detalles.
Yo nunca te quiero perder.
Ponme tu parte, mi amor. Vamos a hablar de nuestro por los dos.
Yo nunca te quiero perder.
Ponme tu parte, mi amor. Vamos a hablar de nuestro por los dos.
Mr. Worldwide, Jessica, it's time to get this money, baby.
No
Let's
Benji, no
ride.
faltas. El dinero no falla. Excuse me, Mr. DJ. Esto está loca.
Y toda mi gente dice.
Checa. Esto es pa' todas las mujeres que hacen su dinero. Quiero que me griten con la mano hasta el cielo. Dile al DJ, turn it up. Que le suba further up. Aquí el party no para, no para, no para. La 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 la.
Get ends and then stack 'em. Excuse me, Mr. DJ. Pretty girls get loud. Now let me hear you say.
Aquí llegó el animal de los animales. Mami, haz lo que tú quieras, baby, dale, dale. Esta industria está llena de una pila de normales. Armando es el dueño de todo. Papo, ya tú sabes, yo me acuerdo cuando no había comida. Ahora estoy comprando compañías todo el día. Dale, mami, disfruta, que yo sé que te gusta.
Los Benji no faltan, el dinero no falla. Excuse me, Mr. DJ, esto está loca.
Y toda mi gente dice.
Todas las nenas independientes, gríteme fuerte que se oiga. Todos los bichotes de frente, gríteme fuerte que se oiga. Y que te pare y no pare nunca. Esto lo vamos a subir a la luna. Y que te pare y no pare nunca. Esto lo vamos a subir a la luna. Los Benji no faltan, el dinero no falla. Excuse me, Mr. DJ, esto está loca.
Y toda mi gente dice.
Everybody making money, let me hear you say.
Static, Ben L, Mr. World.
Yeah.
YouTube does that, man. They'll jump into the next song before I have time to cut it.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
It's like telling us to hurry up.
Yeah, hurry up. But y'all, that was the number 12 song. Is that right?
Number 12?
No. That was number 10, bro.
That was number 10.
Oh, that was
already.
number 10.
Yeah, we're already down to number
See,
10.
I'm sorry. I'm
What's
tripping.
going on with you, man?
My mind is
you
somewhere
We did the comedy
else.
corner, and then we did 11.
I know. I'm tripping, y'all.
And
Please
now,
forgive me.
have we made it to the extra song of the week, number 2?
Number 2. This extra song number 2. This is my boy from the DMV. He's my homeboy. I love him so much. His name is Yappy Drew, and this song is called Once Is Not Enough. It just came out.
You don't mean like the DMV where you get your car fixed. You mean DC,
No.
Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah.
Because that's where I grew up in
That's
Virginia.
what I thought, though.
Right,
You know,
see?
like DMV.
People don't know.
This guy
See,
must be
people,
passing CDs,
people out here don't
DVDs.
know. I was like, people come out here like, oh, where are you from, man? It's like, oh, I rep DMV. They're like, what? Well, you can get my registration fixed? No. DC, Maryland, Virginia.
DC, Maryland,
All right,
Virginia.
anyway, yeah. All right,
So, yeah,
let's put this
get
song
into
on.
the Yappy Drew. This is his debut single called Once Is Not Enough.
BG, baby. A&F. There's something I gotta know.
Is it real what we had? 'Cause I want it again.
About to go head first.
Let me dive deep in an ocean and swim good, yeah. I'm gonna give my best to you. Please don't run. Girl, that slip and slide is so much fun.
Oh God.
Once is not enough. I need more of your loving. Yeah. Once is not enough. Better work it. Better work it. And until you there with you, I felt it and you felt it too.
Damn right.
Coming at me with some more of your loving.
On the way, girl.
And I return the favor. Gotta play the game now. Dumb it down. Act like I don't want more.
You know how the game go.
That brown sugar so sweet. And I hope that you save it all for me.
Yeah.
Started off so delicate and gently. I know you love it when we kiss, babe. Reach the climax, you never miss, babe. When you ride, you can talk your shit, babe. Oh, you're a stunner. Make me want ya. Once is not enough. I need more of your loving. Yeah. Once is not enough. Better work it. Better work it. And until you're there with you, I felt it and you felt it too. Damn right. Coming at me with some more of your loving. And I return the favor. Is it real what we had? Cause I want it again. Is it real what we had?
You said what? I'm just
Cause
soaking up the song.
want it
Soaking up the
again.
song.
Just feeling it as it
I'm
fades
just
out.
feeling it. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling it. That was my boy Yappy Drew, and with his debut single, "Once Is Not Enough," or you can, "It's Not Enough" on Spotify. I wanted to get it on Google Play, but unfortunately it's not on Google Play yet. But anyways, I'm a Google Play person. You know,
Nice.
I have Google Play on my phone, so you know I have to.
You have an Android?
I have an Android.
That's why, right?
If I want to go on iTunes, I got to go to my laptop at my house.
Right.
You know. Shoot, that's
And
how.
he's
That's
from
the way I get
DMV,
it.
not the
Not the car
place,
registration
but, you know.
place. Yeah. So, Daniel, let's get back to you, man. You balance all this stuff, politics, with your various projects, but you're also a husband and father too. How do you balance that out?
Well, you know, it's funny because I just got married again, but I'm about to be 1 year anniversary.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Clap it up! Clap it up!
This is my fourth marriage. You know,
Wow, four.
yeah, fuck,
God
man,
damn,
I like
you
to
love
do
the
it
pussy.
Oh.
O'Shea.
I never thought it that way. Yeah, but I do. You know, when meal is really good, I always say, "Man, this is delicious, like pussy." You know,
Yeah,
this tastes
yeah,
like pussy.
oh, wow.
I'll be like something like calling it tastes like dick for you, but you
Yeah,
know, same thing,
Oh
you know?
yeah, sausage, Vienna sausage. Yeah.
But you know, speaking of my marriage, you know, I actually have a joke that because I also write some of the jokes for some comedians and stuff like that. And I remember that once I was doing one that was a little too over the line and saying that, you know, getting married for me, it was just like my way to give to charity. Yeah, splitting my money halfway every time, you know, I get a chance.
Yeah.
But the reality is I was married for my first wife like three times, and then I got married, you know, this last time, and after 7 years of being single father.
Oh wow!
And I found this woman who happened to be happened to have an amazing sense of humor, and has a son as well who I feel that is like my own.
Oh, okay.
He's a really nice kid, and now I have literally 3 kids. I have 2 girls and a boy.
Oh, that's
and,
cool.
12, 11, and 10, just
Okay.
like that, right?
Wow.
And I have a really good relationship with his father as well. I couldn't be more happy about it, and we are a huge, big blend family. We thought about this concept, and the kids started a YouTube channel that right now is called Blend Family, or the Smoothie Family. They call it this because they said the difference between a blend family and a smoothie family is that we are cool.
You can use a smoothie family because I think somebody else copyrighted Blended Family.
Yeah.
I think it was Alicia Keys and her husband.
Blend family?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
A blended
Well,
family.
it's a sociological concept. You know, blend
Yeah.
family means that when there's, you know, multiple families, you know, taking care of the same children, right? Like
Yeah.
2, 3.
I like smoothie family. You know,
Smoothie
smoothies are
family.
delicious.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't love a smoothie?
Oh yeah. I love
Yeah.
smoothie.
So, and the kids
Don't
are like,
make
oh,
me
you know
think
why is this
about that
smoothie?
right
Because
now.
it's cool.
O'Shea is like literally thinking about getting food right now.
We gotta go eat something, yeah, for sure.
For real.
Yeah, but so it's my fourth marriage. I'm still in love. You know, it was the first time that I married someone who had kids. You know, I remember the first time that I saw her, I was like, oh my God, wow, your body is
Body is
it's amazing.
amazing.
And I really thought that, you know, because you know what happened to me is that I was used to dating a lot of young girls.
Yes.
Very, very young. I'm 43, and I used to date women who were like on their 20s and early 20s, and some of them sometimes 19.
That just sounds exhausting.
It is.
Honestly. Yeah.
It happened to me that I found out that it was draining, bro. This is
Yeah.
why I told you, if they would have recorded some of my shit when I
Yeah.
was like, I got one of these crazy girls stripped me off in the streets because he was going crazy on
See,
me.
that's
Are you serious?
my fiance.
We're
My
not that far.
That's
Come on.
horrible.
My fiance is 1 year older than me, and before her, the last girl I dated before her was about 10 years younger than me, and it burned me out. I don't have the energy for texting games and all this. It's like, come on, man. Like this, anyway, I don't want to interrupt your story, but
Go ahead.
But no, what happened?
talk about
But
it.
it's true. It's what
about
you
it.
say. You know, there's a point in time that you feel like you want to hang out your guns for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so what happened with her was that there was so many things that I found on her and in her body in general that she felt at one point. It's like, you know, listen, I'm not perfect, you know, but this is who I am. And I felt like, you know, this is exactly what I like about it, because that imperfection makes you unique to me. Yeah. And I really like that. And I never seen someone with such a big vagina.
Oh, wow.
What did you just said?
Oh, wow.
He's like, what did you just say?
You getting all
It's a
detailed with it.
C-section,
Oh,
you
shoot.
dumbass. She's like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. I thought it was like, I never seen one before.
Oh, wow. Did you hit
But
it? Did you hit it before
you know,
before you committed?
It was a joke. It was a joke. You know, we always joke about. She has a really like thick sense of humor. So we in Spanish we say things, you know, that we can't say in English, like the things I said. But it was like a love at first talk, not a first sight. And we talk and we laugh for hours. And I took her to the theater. As a matter of fact, we had a Spanish stand-up comedy, and she was like, you know, I can't believe, you know, this is like so fun, and she was laughing so hard. And even the guy who was doing his show, he said, you know, do you pay her to laugh? He's like, no, man, she's just like that. But the imperfection is what I found so perfect about her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a really good love story. I wish one day I'll have a love story like that. But anyways, let's get into the number 9 song, which comes from Calibre 50. This song is called Solo 2.
Solo tú provocas un suspiro y me haces verte en cada lado que yo miro. Solo tú conviertes lo imposible en realidad. Eres mi necesidad. Solo tú me llenas los vacíos. Y hace cuántas vidas yo te habría elegido, porque tú, esa pregunta fácil es de responder, porque ya te estaba amando incluso antes de nacer. Solo tú me haces sentir lo que realmente es amor. Solo tú llegas a esos lugares que nadie jamás llegó. Solo tú me haces sentir primaveras cualquier mes. Cuando me acaricias, me besas, te juro, se llena de ti mi piel. Tú eres todo, todo, sin exagerarlo, desde que te miré. Es calibre 50, chiquitita. Solo tú me haces sentir lo que realmente es amor. Solo tú llegas a esos lugares que nadie jamás llegó. Solo tú me haces sentir primaveras cualquier mes. Cuando me acaricias, me besas, te juro, se llena de ti mi piel. Tú eres todo, todo, sin exagerarlo, desde que te miré.
Tú tienes un control de acceso en tu corazón y yo no quiero hablarte de eso. Ni tú ni yo estamos para ese beso, que se va la noche, se va corriendo. Hoy te confieso, la verdad estoy pa' ti, la verdad no te miento. Fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días extrañándote. Tengo fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días esperándote, que seas mía otra vez. No aguanto trato, pero no aguanto tenerte cuando no estás a mi lado. Dime cuánto tiempo, dime cuánto me dejarás aquí esperando. Y paso por ti a la hora que sea. Quedas puesto sabiendo que me deseas. Vamos que la noche nos espera. Tengo fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días extrañándote. Tengo fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días esperándote, que seas mía otra vez. Nunca pensé que yo te deseara, que en mi mente te quedara y siempre te recordara, bebé. Mi fantasía, tú misma decías que nunca lo olvidaría. Yo quisiera repetirlo otra vez. Tengo la otra, pero no se compara. Como tú a mí me besabas, tu malicia me miraba y así. No sé lo que estás pensando, yo aquí maquinando que sola yo te quiero pa' mí. No aguanto trato, pero no aguanto tenerte cuando no estás a mi lado. Dime cuánto tiempo, dime cuánto me dejarás aquí esperando. Fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días extrañándote. Tengo fantasías con tu piel, me paso los días esperándote, que seas mía otra vez. Ozuna, el negrito claro, Gaby Music, Chris Jedi, dímelo, güey. Nibiru, Diamond Inc, High Music, High Flow, Denal.
Let me see you.
La mejor versión de mí no la conociste tú, porque siempre me frenaste con tu pésima actitud. Nunca pude ser quien era por amarte a tu manera. Me olvidé hasta de serio.
Let me finesse this track. La mejor versión de ti no la he merecido yo. Reconozco cada fallo, estropeé tu corazón por complejos de ser rey. Mi forma devastadora ignoraba tu corona. Y hoy se cambian los papeles, se acabó mi suerte. Los llantos que he causado
Yo quiero saber si tú te vas, mami, cuando tú quieras. Cuando tú quieras, yeah, yeah. Nadie te está aguantando y la puerta está abierta. No te preocupes por nosotros dos, nuestra historia ya está muerta. Espero que seas feliz y que te diviertas. Pero pa' que no vuelvas, no, 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 no. Nadie te está aguantando y la puerta está abierta. No te preocupes por nosotros dos, nuestra historia ya está muerta. Espero que seas feliz y que te diviertas. Pero pa' que no vuelvas, no, 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 no. Ey, dime qué esperas. Baby, te quiero pero afuera. Eres alguien por dentro y otra por fuera. Y ya no siento nada cuando te encueras. Dame, dame banda, en mi corazón ya tú no eres la que manda. Se acabó, por ti ya no siento nada. De nuestra serie ya no sale en temporada. Así que vete lejos, dile al diablo que te envíe el ping. Hace tiempo que no somos un team. Pa'l carajo nuestro aniversario y San Valentín. Ya no hay más Cristian Lunis, lo trae en satín. Sigue lo que está verde. Que tienes la culpa, es lo que te muerde. Quédate con el perro pa' que de mí te acuerdes. Y piensa en todo lo que te pierdes. Pero te deseo suerte, ahora soy más fuerte. Gracias a todo lo que me hiciste. Tú nunca me quisiste. No sé por qué me insistes, pero te deseo suerte, ahora soy más fuerte. Gracias a todo lo que me hiciste. Tú nunca me quisiste. No sé por qué me insistes. Nadie te está aguantando y la puerta está abierta. No te preocupes por nosotros dos, nuestra historia ya está muerta. Espero que seas feliz y que te diviertas. Pero pa' que no vuelvas, no, 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 no. Vete, nadie te está aguantando y la puerta está abierta. No te preocupes por nosotros dos, nuestra historia ya está muerta. Espero que seas feliz y que te diviertas. Nicky, 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 yeah. Play. Skill. That's how we do it with the new play skill. Toda la mano para arriba, muévelo. Con todo el flow en el aire, muévelo. Aquí todo el mundo vacila, muévelo. No vamos a parar, rompemos la fiesta,
myself ready. I should have been doing my stretches. But that was a number 5 song, you guys. We did a 5 in a row, yeah, just because of time. And also because I want to groove to this next song. This next song, I've been playing this song all week because I'm really looking for it. And this song is called, this is an old school jam of the week. I just love this song. Patrice Rushen, Haven't You Heard? This actually came out the same year I was born, 1980. Yeah. I've been looking for you. Yeah, we grew up with that song. That song was actually released 40 years ago. I'm getting getting sentimental. The big 4-0 is coming up, y'all. Yeah.
No way, you're gonna be 40, man?
Yeah, in June.
No way. You look a lot younger.
Thank you.
You really do, bro.
Thank you.
I thought you were on your late 20s.
You know what you got to do? You got to do Big O's top 40 for his 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna take that before my trip.
You go to Hawaii?
Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii.
Be careful with the volcanoes, man.
I'm gonna try, but I'm also gonna try to bring somebody home.
You whore.
Yeah, most definitely. Speaking of whores and stuff like that.
Speaking about that, you're gonna talk to me. What?
You're not a whore, but wow, you're doing a lot. Just say what you want to say right now, because I don't have any questions. After me grooving, I'm kind of winded. That's all I know. I need to get in shape. But anyways, let's get into.
You're crazy.
You're so
You're
shoot.
crazy.
Shoot.
Hey, so one of the things that I like to always share with some of the people that when I have the opportunity is talking about emotional intelligence, the capacity of
Yes.
distinguishing where you're going to make your decisions based on an emotion or based on a thought,
Mhm.
right? So it's important that you, the people actually start learning that every time that someone says something and you feel something, that
Yes.
is a natural reaction. It's called a physiological reaction in your body.
Yes.
And it's natural. You feel a chemical reaction when someone says something that you find offensive.
Yes.
And so some of these emotions are different. Emotions could be like happy, could be like sad, but some people say, you know what, I'm very emotional. But when I ask them, what do you mean by being emotional? Because it could be many things, right?
Yes.
And defining exactly what you feel or understanding what you feel, it can allow you also to understand how you should react to things, right?
Yes.
Like if you're sad is one thing, but if you're depressed, you cannot auto-diagnose yourself with depression.
That's true.
Because that is something that needs to be, through a medic or something like that.
That's
or
true.
in this case, a psychiatrist. But you can be upset. You can be also disappointed. You can be many other things besides just sad or depressed.
Yes.
You can even be heartbroken. Those are all different emotions. So if you're able to identify certain of those emotions that you're feeling, you can also feel, find a little bit of the answer that you need to get out of there, right? Of
Yes.
that emotion. And then you have different type of emotions, like in the case of positive and negative.
Yes.
Positive are ones that give you satisfaction, and negatives are ones they make you feel like a little down, if you want to say it that way.
Yes.
And then an interesting thing about an emotion is, for instance, the surprise is an emotion.
Mhm.
But it's a failure of your body to understand what emotion is that you're feeling.
Yes.
So think about this part. Imagine that we have a surprise party for you, and
Mm-hmm.
we all like jump, hey, surprise! And you totally did not expect it, right? So you feel overwhelmed, and then you
Yes.
start crying out of
Yes.
happiness.
Yes.
So that is a reaction of your body not knowing what the fuck you're feeling. And because of that, it triggers different physiological reaction, natural reactions of your body,
Yes.
which is crying. You feel overwhelmed. You feel happy. You feel, you cry and say, "Why are you crying?" Because I'm really happy, right? And it sounds like difficult to understand, but the reality is just the emotion of the surprise is a failure of your body to recognize what kind of emotion was what you felt at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So this is something that I like to talk about everywhere I go. Right now, we need this shit in the United States.
Yes.
We need people to stop being so emotional about certain things and
That's
start,
true.
getting offended about everything. But what is most important is they need to find themselves educated. A book is called Daniel Goleman, Emotional Intelligence. Get an opportunity to read it. There is an Aristotle quote right there. It's called the Aristotle Challenge that says, getting mad, it's easy. But getting mad with the right person at the right time, in the right moment, in the right place, with the right reason, that is certainly not easy to do.
That's
and that's
not.
what we should do.
That's not.
So
wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Thank you.
Imparting wisdom here on the Big O Show.
That- yeah, that's really.
And I didn't
really
smoke
deep.
weed, man. I'll talk more
Nah.
shit if I do that.
We don't do drugs up here, okay? Huh?
Can we get into some music?
Yeah, let's get into number 4. Number 4 is what's it called? Number 4 is Daddy Yankee. K Tire Pop. I'm not even gonna try it. Daddy Yankee.
Tú eres atrevida, hablas de mucho, pero no tienes salida. Ahora demuéstrame que tire, 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 que tire pa'lante con su movimiento. Y si la ve bailando es la favorita, si la ve como suelta la cinturita, si la ve aquí no andamos el sentimiento, mami lo que quiere es fuego. Modélame ese pantalón caliente. Tú quieres de esto, no te hagas la loca. Aviso de tsunami, te pendiente. Duermes conmigo, te lleva la ola. Peine lleno cuando lo sueno, soy de lo malo, también de lo bueno. Flow
dinero. We party to the extremo, baby. Toda la noche rompemos, al otro día volvemos. Tú sabes cómo lo hacemos, baby. Baby, tonight's like fuego. We bout to spend the dinero. We party to the extremo, 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 extremo.
Ritmo.
No son ni Reebok ni Sonai, nah. Sin estilista luzco fly. La Rosalía me dice que luzco guay. No te lo niego porque yo sé lo que hay. Lo que se ve no se pregunta. Yo te espero y tengo claro que es mi culpa. Como Canelo en el ring nadie me asusta. Vivo en mi oasis y la paz no me la tumba. Hakuna Matata como Timon y Pumba. Voy pa' leyenda así que dale zumba. Los dejo ciego con la vibra que me alumbra. Haters pa' la tumba, nosotros pa' la rumba. Toda la noche rompemos, al otro día volvemos. Tú sabes cómo lo hacemos, baby. Baby, tonight's like fuego. We bout to spend the dinero. We party to the extremo, baby. Toda la noche rompemos, al otro día volvemos. Tú sabes cómo lo hacemos, baby. Baby, tonight's like fuego. We bout to spend the dinero.
¿Qué pasa contigo? Dímelo.
Ya no tiene excusa. Hoy salió con su amiga. Dice que pa' matar la tusa. Que porque un hombre le pagó mal. Está dura y abusa. Se cansó de ser buena. Ahora es ella quien los usa. Que porque un hombre le pagó mal. Ya no se le ve sentimental. Dice que por otro mal no llora. No, pero si le ponen la canción, le da una depresión tonta. Llorando lo comienza a llamar, pero él la dejó en buzón. ¿Será porque con otra está fingiendo que a otra se puede amar?
Pero hice todo este llanto por nada. Ahora soy una chica mala. And now you kicking and screaming a big toddler. Don't try to get your friends to come holla. Holla. Ayo, I used to lay low. I wasn't in the clubs, I was on my J.O. Until I realized you were epic fail. So don't tell your guys and I'll say your bayo. Cause it's a new day, I'm in a new place. Getting some new days, sitting on a new face. Cause I know I'm the baddest bitch you ever really met. You searching for a better bitch and you ain't met her yet. Hey yo, tell him to back off. He wanna slack off. Ain't no more booty calls, you gotta jack off. It's me and Karol G, we let them rats talk. Don't run up on us cause they letting the max off.
Pero si le ponen la canción, le da una depresión tonta. Llorando lo comienza a llamar, pero él la dejó en buzón. ¿Será porque con otra está fingiendo que a otra se puede amar? Un shot para la pena profunda y seguimos gastando la funda. Otro shot para la mente, pa' que el recuerdo no la atormente. Ya no le copia nada, su ex ya no vale nada. Sale para la disco y solo quiere perrear, pero se confunde cuando empieza a tomar. Y ya se cura con rumba y el amor pa' la tumba. Todos los hombres le zumban, pero si le ponen la canción, le da una depresión tonta. Llorando lo comienza a llamar, pero él la dejó en buzón. ¿Será porque
Yeah, getting funky on up in here. That's what I love about this music, y'all. This music is so bouncy, so alive. I like that about this music. This music, that was a number 2 song, you guys. We did a 3 in a row for you. The number 4 song was, what's the dang song called? It was called Daddy Yankee. I'm not going to say the rest. Number 3 was the Black Eyed Peas and J Balvin. Ritmo Letra, Bad Boys for Life. Number 2 was Karol G and Nicki Minaj. That song was called Tussa. I like that. Now it's time for the pole position, y'all. Beat on the desk, beat on the desk, beat on the desk. Number 1 comes from Maluma and J Balvin. Que Pena.
Baby.
Qué pena.
J Balvin. Colombia. Esto es para ustedes. Ella está solita y yo ando solo. Ella dice que sabe quién soy, pero no la conozco. Hoy se puso bonita pa' que yo la viera. Y me dice que si la recuerda hacemos lo que quiera. Yeah. Acércate, acércate un poco más, que así de lejos no logramos nada. Si te pegas puedes ayudar a que yo te recuerde. Acércate, acércate un poco más, que así de lejos no logramos nada. Si te pegas puedes ayudar a que yo te recuerde. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ey, qué pena. Tu nombre no, pero tu cara me suena. Salgamos ya de este dilema. Que yo no lo recuerde, no te quita lo buena. Ey, qué pena. Tu nombre no, pero tu cara me suena. Salgamos ya de este dilema. De todas las chimbitas, tú eres la más buena. Disculpa que no te recuerde, pero tu amiga ya me dijo todo y tengo la verde. No me enamoro porque el que se enamora pierde. Entonces viniste acá solo para verme. Me tiene ganas y de lejos sé. Súbele al bajo pa' poder meterle. Con un bla 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 pa' que yo me acuerde. Pa' mí todos los días son viernes. Yeah. Me tiene ganas y de lejos sé. Súbele al bajo pa' poder meterle. Con un bla 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 pa' que yo me acuerde. Pa' mí todos los días son viernes. Ey, qué pena. Tu nombre no, pero tu cara me suena. Salgamos ya de este dilema. De todas las chimbitas, tú eres la más buena. Ey, qué pena. Tu nombre no, pero tu cara me suena. Salgamos ya de este dilema. Que yo no lo recuerde, no te quita lo buena. Algo tomé esa noche que dañó mi mente. Quedé loco inconsciente. No significa que porque no te recuerde no me alegra volver a verte. Yo soy curioso y eso tú lo sabes. Hoy estoy puesto para hacer maldades. Tu nombre bien no lo recuerdo, pero esta noche me lo aprendo. Acércate, acércate un poco más, que así de lejos no logramos nada.
Y'all, that was the number 1 song. I want to say thank you to everyone who's like, wrote with me this episode, man. Got my boy Daniel. Daniel, tell people how to reach you.
Hey, if you want to tune on, my podcast is in Spanish, but I do put some content on English. So you can find me on Instagram, Daniel, and the last name is Campos Canton, all together with no space, CAMPOSCANTON, Campos Canton. It looks like Russian, but it's actually Spanish. You can find me also in the same way on Facebook. And we have our platform, digital platform called UBN Go Latino. And we also have UBN. It's only for English as well. And please reach out if you have any questions. If you want to know more about emotional intelligence, I'm happy to share with you guys.
All right. Before you share, we got to do a black version of this. We got to do happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Stevie Wonder's version. Go ahead. Do your thing.
You want me to sing? I'm not going to sing it. But if you want to hear me tell jokes, I got a couple videos up on my Instagram, and I'll always post where I'm going to be live. It's at Alex, ALEX, GETTLIN, at Alex Getlin. On all social media, alexgetlin.com, all that good stuff. You can put my name into Google, see what comes up.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to my guest, Daniel, for coming. Thank you to my awesome engineer. Thank you to the Third Wheel Podcast Studio. Thank you to everyone. You guys, thank you to all the listeners and everybody who supports the show and listens to the show. I appreciate every single one of you all. And before I leave, I want to let everybody know my, what's it called? Facebook, www.facebook.com is OLUSHEYI.banjo. On the Instagram, I have 3 pages. It's SHAYBOOGIE 3980. Another one is SHAYBOOGIE 3. And then my clothing line, which is Big O Clothing on Instagram at Big O Clothing. And also, if you want to reach me on Snapchat, you can reach me on Olu39. And also, Twitter is OLUSEYI GHTS. Olusheyi Thoughts, not thoughts, like that hole out there. I don't know. I always say that. I've been saying that for the past every time I've been doing that. But you guys, before I go, since this is the last Black History podcast that we're gonna have, let's do the Black History Month profile, which comes from James Weldon Johnson. He is the writer of the next song that we're gonna hear, and he was in June 17th, 1871 to June 26, 1938. He was an American author, educator, lawyer, diplomat, songwriter, civil rights activist. He was married to civil rights activist Grace Neal Johnson. In 1900, Johnson wrote "Lift Every Voice and Sing," also known as a Negro national anthem. James Weldon Johnson is best known for his leadership of the NAACP, where he started working in 1920. In 1917, in 1920, he was the first African American to be chosen as executive secretary of the organization. Effective, you know what I'm saying. He served in the. I'm trying to rush and read this because we don't have that much time. But he ended up writing. He ended up working at the Fisk University, an historical Black university, and he also wrote God's Trombones, which is a poetry book. And now we're going to play the song that he wrote by Ray Charles. Ray Charles actually did a version of that. Hold on, what did you want to say?
Before you go, I want to make a small little contribution to Black History Month. President number 2 of Mexico was actually black.
Oh, wow.
His name is Vicente Guerrero. And I think it's important people to know this because when people say the first black president was Obama in America, actually in Mexico, the second president in history, we're talking about back in 1850s, it was black, and he was Vicente Guerrero.
Yes. That's awesome. So let's get into Lift Every Voice and Sing by Ray Charles.
I got something in my bones. Make me want to shout hallelujah. And I want to sing on. I sing on. Woo! Lord help me. Lift every voice and sing. Till every heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoice and rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound up loud as the roaring sea. Come on, y'all. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. All right now, all right. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. March on till the victory's won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far, along the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light and keep us forever. Oh, in the past we pray. One more time, y'all. Let's start beats straight from the places our God where we may be. My Lord, my God. Let's start hearts drunk with the wine of the world we forget. Help me. Hey, God. Shall our feet meet thy hand? May we forever stand true to our God and true to our native land, facing the